Hello everybody, Robert Rambles here, and welcome to a game called Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Iratus, Lord of the Dead is a turn-based tactical roguelike RPG. It's set in a dark fantasy universe. If you've played Darkest Dungeon, it will seem familiar to you, but from what I understand it takes quite a few different deviations, twists, and turns from the formula already established in Darkest Dungeon. And Darkest Dungeon is one of my favorite games. In Aratus, we're actually going to play as the leader of an undead army, a necromancer, in our quest to reach the surface world and bring death to the mortal realms. This game is still in early access, so expect that as we continue to play there will probably be changes to mechanics, to abilities, damage, etc. And that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start a new game, and I am going to play the tutorial so that we're all on the same page. I haven't put any time into the game, I've just watched a couple of videos, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Inevitably, heroes shall emerge. So, I was made dead. Again. But what does death really mean for somebody who has mastered it, Boredom. An eternity to ponder my errors and how close I came to victory. I am a mortal, but when this world ends, even I will know oblivion. And so, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
Alright, minion abilities. Each minion has 5 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability. To use an ultimate ability you need a special resource, Wrath. Okay. Minions and enemies can use certain abilities only from specific positions. So similar to Darkest Dungeon, our allies will need to be in certain positions, as seen here on the left, and then we'll know who we can attack on the enemy side by who is highlighted in red on the right. So a couple of things going on the screen here. We have our units over on the left, enemy units, humans, over on the right. We have our selected units, and we're going to have our abilities down here. And again, each ability is going to show us with the skulls and the helmets where our character needs to be to do that ability, and then what he can hit with that ability. You'll see these are different. We have Unassuming Strike. It's going to deal physical damage. And then we have Smite, which is also a physical attack. So over here we're going to have their attack and a bunch of different ratings. We'll talk more about that as it becomes pertinent. And up here is going to be the turn order. So we're up first, and then one of the humans gets to go. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Let's try Smite. And since this guy's up next, I doubt we'll be able to kill him in one hit. Let's go ahead and attack this guy. Maybe we can defeat him before his turn is up. Damage. Physical and magical damage reduce the target's vigor. Igniting a target will deal magical damage multiple times over the course of a few turns. Stress damage decreases the sanity of the target. Cursing a target will deal stress damage multiple times over the course of a few turns. And critical hits by your minions decrease enemy sanity. Enemy critical hits will increase it. Alright, let's see what our Banshee has. She has really good range from anywhere. She could be in any position and reach anybody in the back row with Scream. For Soprano, which is a stress attack we just learned about, affects their sanity, she needs to be in the middle too. Let's go ahead and check this ability out. All the enemies lose 4 attack for their next action. Doesn't stack. Let's see if we can deal with this guy. Okay, so that's going to debuff him. Loss of sanity in combat can lead to various consequences. This is something taken directly from Darkest Dungeon. Let's see how they do it in this. Insanity, a negative effect that weakens the enemy. Inspiration, a positive effect that strengthens the enemy. Death, receiving any amount of stress damage while at 0 sanity can lead to instantaneous death. So sanity is going to be very important to watch. And that's going to be very critical to making sure we don't get one shot. Flee from combat at low levels of sanity. An enemy on the outermost position has a chance to flee. Alright. Let's see what our unassuming strike does to this guy in the front here. Not enough to finish him off, unfortunately. Let's see, let's do the Scream attack. And it actually seems like only the humans, only the enemies are dealing with stress. Maybe stress is not something we have to deal with. That's really what it seems like. Okay, let's just try to finish this guy off.
This never gets old.
What I find very interesting is, in Darkest Dungeon, we are the humans fighting all the monsters and the undead. And in Iratus, sorry, we are playing the undead. And the humans are having to deal with us, causing them insanity. Okay, that caused her to move forward. Not really the ideal position. We don't really want her there. Have to pay more attention to that. We can still get this guy from here. Luckily, he just kept targeting what looks to be our warrior character. Well, this is fine because she can do this from anywhere. Oh, it moves the target to a random position. Yeah, this guy's insane now. So we could potentially drop him with one hit, regardless of the damage it does. But we didn't do it. That nearly took care of him. What does he have? 1 hit point left? He's got exactly 1 vigor left. Alright, we can take care of that. Oh, this guy is still on his feet. What's the deal with that? There we go. It seemed like he took an additional hit there. And same thing, we achieved victory. We're going to collect a bunch of items. Not sure how these will come into play yet. Alright, where are we at here? Creation. Create any 2 minions. Okay. Creating minions. After gathering parts from his defeated foes, Aratus can add new minions to his army. Using parts of uncommon, rare, or legendary quality will increase the stats of the created minion. With time, Aratus can acquire new ways of creating minions as well as various combat tactics. Okay, so the quality of the items is going to determine what we make. Skeleton. And so we can select the unit that we want, and then we're going to toss in some ingredients to make them. This is pretty darn cool. We're going to have to read all these, obviously. We have a skeleton, a fairly unimpressive warrior whose one standout characteristic is their utter mediocrity. While they often make up the backbone, pun intended, of most undead armies, skeletons are so boring that they are never really acknowledged by their creators or their enemies. A zombie. Before Aratus came along, zombies were considered little more than fodder troop by the other necromancers. It took a true visionary to realize that a mindless mass of undead muscle can be used for more than simply bashing the heads of mortals. With a bit of technological assistance, these rotting husks were turned into mobile artillery, capable of carrying and shooting cannons that would normally need several humans to operate. So, more like a ranged attacker, the zombie is. Bride of Aratus. A design fashioned by the necromancer himself, the bride uses only the best part to raise a deadly archer... Only the best parts, maybe? To raise a deadly archer with an unhealthy love for her creator. Said love is then channeled into a burning desire to shoot out the eyes of anything that might try to get close to the one she worships. So another ranged unit. Dark Knight is probably going to be a tank. A manifestation of living void contained in a vessel of knightly armor, these necromantic soldiers are often seen leading the armies of the undead against the civilizations of the mortals. Where they learn the skill to do battle and wage war is unknown, but all of them despise existence and seek to reduce everything to nothing. The Banshee we have. Banshee draws her strength from the one simple emotion, fear. In truth, a Banshee feels many times the fear felt by her victims. Had she the ability, she would run away from each battle in blind terror, but necromancers had long since employed additional bindings to keep that from happening. And the Wraith. Despite the seeming simplicity of this minion, its summoning has been prohibited by the Necromancers Guild since the dawn of history. Not even Aratus remembers the reason for this decree, but there are many dark rumors surrounding this particular summoning. It is said that the very first Necromancer created this minion was as a vessel for his rebirth, or that the soul that answered the Necromancer's call comes not from the afterlife, but from another, much more alien place.
Am I in the mood for terror or lethality today?
Nobody seemed to have had the courage to put those theories to the test, or maybe those that did never survived the process. Still, the guild has been nothing but ruins for millennia. It is now up to Aratus to decide what to do with this knowledge. We definitely want one of these. I think we're gonna get a knight. So how do we... Some of these are obvious. We'll see if we have all the parts we need. I'm assuming we will. Oh, and right now we only have common quality stuff. I see how they've separated it into tabs up here.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but the dead care not for morale.
Fair enough. And so we don't seem to really have a healer or anybody with healing abilities at the moment. We can kind of check some of their abilities here. Restores target to full sanity. Gives Aratus mana equal to 30%. Okay. All minions gain... So she's kind of a support-ish. Okay. And we don't know what any of these other ones are capable of. So let's make another one. We have tank, we have secondary melee, we have ranged and support. Let's grab a Bride of Iratus for some more ranged.
A design from my younger years.
Okay, so that's going to be our full squad. It looks like it's going to be 4 units at a time. And now we need to start combat and open the map. What is this though? We have talents. It's not going to let us get into any of that in the tutorial. Let's go to the dungeon map then. Let's see what we have here. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle, great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed the bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile, as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. Alright, so now we're in the mines, and we're going to have to work our way up, I guess, out of the mines where we've been awakened. What do we have marked here on the map? Quite a few. We can zoom out. That's quite a lot. I wonder if that's like the entire... This might just be the exit to the mines. Jeez, that's a lot of things to do, potentially. Depending on what they are. Some of them are battles, grave, an ancient tomb containing dormant minions. We can pick up minions. Sacrificial altar. By sacrificing minions, Aratus receives items and artifacts. So some of these are battles. Anything with the shields of battle. Some of them are items. Some of them are sacrificial altars or graves. Some of them are quests. An event requiring the participation of Iratus himself or the current battle group. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll get more of an explanation of all those different things. For now, let's go ahead and jump into another battle here. Okay, some enemies possess unique features that either strengthen or weaken them. Study the features of your minions and your enemies so that you can fight more effectively. Alright, so who's up? We have the Bride of Aratus. I don't think that our order is really what we want. I would prefer her to be not in the front. But she can be in the front. I would just think that I'd want the tank in the front, but I haven't figured out how to move them. I haven't figured out how to move them while we're in combat. It's possible that we can't. But we'll find out. Flames of Love. Or Warning Shot. I feel like she's ranged. I should have her go for this guy in the back. Oh, he's got a ward. Armor, resistance, block, ward. Armor, receive physical damage is decreased. Resistance, magical damage is decreased. Block, expended to completely nullify the next physical attack. And ward, expended to completely nullify the next magical or stress attack. Wow, what a coincidence. Alright. She scooted back to the back row, so that's good, because that's where I want her at. Let's see. He can only hit the first two guys. Now, she can hit the guy in the back, but I think I just want to focus now on the guy we're attacking. It looks like she got a new ability, Whale. Buff all minions. Let's see what this does for us. This isn't going to increase everyone's stress attacks. Well, the two... We could pick somebody, I guess. Maybe we'll just focus on attacking for the time being. Whoops. Whoops. Close out. Okay, for now, let's just see if we can... Okay, I see. If we had done that, we probably would have done more stress damage there. Try his Heartless Slash. Armor Absorb. My man out front with the armor. Look at this. He buffed him. He buffed him by lashing him. That's amazing. Alright, let's see here. She can hit anybody with this.
As worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Perfect. Perfect. He can hit anybody now. Physical attack. These are both going to be physical attacks. He's got block, so double block physical attacks are gonna miss. Well, he had a ward against that too, I guess. Maybe we could just focus on taking this guy out first. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Get rid of this guy, and then we could deal with this other guy and all of his buffs.
Opposing me? You're last.
Wants to escape. I just want to see what it does when we just really focus on wearing down their sanity. I want to see like what happens. Is it worth it to target their sanity above their health for some units? Will escape, so he wants to run away. All the skeleton can do is physical damage. Not very much to this guy. There we go, now he's insane. He's trying to get out still. He's gone.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilization.
So, with tougher enemies who just have a lot of health or physical defense, we could target their sanity and just get them to run away, or they'll go insane and make it easier for us to kill them. After winning a battle, Iratus receives rewards. Architect's Soul, needed to construct and improve buildings. So just like in Darkest Dungeon, we will have buildings of some kind at some point. Part, needed to craft minions. Artifacts can increase the power of your minions and Aratus himself. Brains, used to quickly increase the level of minions. That's going to be important. Additionally, minions that did not participate in the battle restore a small amount of vigor. So anybody on our bench maybe, or anybody who didn't attack. And then we get all these items. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's see what they want us to do now. Equip Aratus with the acquired artifact. Alright, let's look over here. Artifacts. There are 4 main types of artifact. Spelled weird. Weapons, armor, rings, and amulets. You will also encounter consumables. Such artifacts only apply for one battle, after which they are spent. At the beginning of the game, Aratus receives 1 random artifact. Okay, so what do we have? We have Scroll of Skullfall. Allows Aratus to use Skullfall in combat, one-time use. Don't know what that does. I don't know what Skullfall is. But apparently it's an ability that he can use in combat, or that we can activate, maybe. Alright. So they want us to go back to the map. I want to go back in here and see, can we create any more units and maybe swap somebody out and get to see what another unit does? Oh, I can right click. That's good to know.
No brain, but all firepower.
Let's get a zombie in there. They like kind of warned me off creating one of these, but of course I'm going to.
Why do I get this sinking feeling in my putrefied gut?
I don't know. They said not to summon these things, but we did it. Okay, let's put him, we gotta make our order the way we want it here. I actually want to replace her with this, and replace her with the Banshee. Just to try them out at least, and see how that goes. Okay, so now we're in... Yeah, okay. So now we can go either way. We can go to the sacrificial altar. And the question is, we can get artifacts from this. Is it worth it to create somebody specifically to sacrifice? I don't know. Let's go to the grave first. An ancient tomb containing dormant minions. Choose a battle squad. Well, I want the full battle squad. Battle squad 1. That's cool that you could set up different squads, though. I like that a lot, actually. Choose a minion to raise, so they're gonna give us one for free. We could have got a free zombie. Or a free, yeah. Let's take another knight for this other squad we kind of are putting together now. And then let's select this battle group and go into another battle here. See how that goes. Resources and magic. Iratus possesses the following resources: mana. Needed to use talents from magic, ire, and destruction trees, mana is restored after victory in combat, through minion abilities or via certain encounters on the map. Wrath. Needed to use minions' ultimate abilities, Wrath increases during combat. So Wrath is down here, and mana is here. Oh no, Wrath is going to be around here. Okay, I see. Perfect. And then these are the spells that Aratus has. So we could use this on any of these guys. This guy was such a pain in the ass, I'm tempted to get rid of him.
Say hello to my burning friend.
That was an AoE and it set them on fire, which is even more just amazing. I love that we have a hero that we have spells as Aratus. I think that's really, really cool. Adds another layer of customization and depth to the combat and to the game. Let's see. We are the skeleton. He has some new abilities. He's going to gain armor and resistance, so he can actually buff himself quite a bit. Enemies attack the skeleton more often. Maybe he's our tank. Oh, that's just a stance. Yeah, that is a tanking stance. Holy cow. They didn't have anything like that I experienced in Darkest Dungeon, and that's really cool that he has a tanking stance. I wonder if he, the Dark Knight, is more of a DPS. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just start laying down some physical damage. This guy's pretty weak already. We can't get to him though. Let's take this guy. The burning damage is pretty significant. And yeah, he definitely targeted the skull. Uh-oh. Trap. Trap abilities, the effects of which are limited to one specific position. Depending on the specifics of the trap, a character occupying that position can receive negative or positive effects. Trap can be destroyed by certain abilities or overridden by other traps. Well, that one's dealing damage to us. Let's see here. We got our Wraith. Necrotic Wind. Gaining 6 Dread till the end of battle. Ghostly Veil. I think he's going to be attacking sanity meters. Summons a concealing cloud for 2 rounds. Let's see if that helps him out. Okay, he's up. What do we want to do here? Let's just do some physical damage. Whoa, swing and a miss. That's gonna hurt us. What's the zombie got? Buff him for his next attack. I guess that's what we're gonna do. How do we pass? Oh, he's just gonna, okay. He's buffed up. You know? He loaded his hand. So he's gotta take a turn to ready himself for an action, it seems. That guy's almost a goner. The burn damage might get him next time.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
That guy just got buffed. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's a lot of stress damage. And he got some debuffs going because of that. We can now use Cannonball. Can't argue with that amount of physical damage.
Of evolution looks like. Pathetic.
That was some good damage outputs. Definitely worth the wait, I think. All right.
More materials. I didn't think it would be this easy.
Alright, we've already got physical attack going on this guy. Let's probably just keep it up. Unless he is resistant to it. Which he's not. He doesn't have the blocks up this time. Although, see, the thing with this unit is he can only do stress attacks. Let's try Ghostly Fire. And now we've got to let him power up for his next shot, so he only really gets to attack every other turn right now. Links the skeleton with the target. The target loses 30% of its sanity. Wow. But the skeleton loses 30% of its vigor. We didn't get Cannonball to open up again. Stances. Okay. So he has a stance. A type of ability that some minions and enemies can use in battle. Stances differ in duration. One turn stance, a stance that ends at the start of the character's next turn. Stance until the end of combat. The character will maintain the stance until it is cancelled or the battle ends. Any stance can be cancelled via forced movement or stunning unless the description of the stance specifies otherwise. Okay, so maybe he'll be able to do some damage from that position. Could be his damage stance. Armor absorbs, good. Alright, feeling pretty good.
Mine is the winning side.
Feeling pretty good. Not sure how I feel about the Spectre right now. Might swap them back out for the Banshee for the time being. Probably more we need to understand about the units, obviously. Talents. Winning battles rewards Iratus. Rewards the Atari 2000. Rewards Aratus with experience that increases his level. At each level, he receives talent points that can be used on the following ability trees. Alchemy increases the efficiency. I think that's supposed to be efficiency. Spelled incorrectly. Of your minions and resource economy. Magic spells weakens foes. Requires mana to use. Spell strengthen minions. Requires mana to use. And destruction. So alchemy, magic, ire, and destruction for our talents. I'm tempted to go like straight destruction, but that's just me. Flaming Skull. Aratus deals 3 damage. Sets targets on fire. Yeah, I like anything that sets everybody on fire. To a random minion. I don't like things that are going to hurt us. Increases the chance of receiving parts at the end of the battle. Increases the chance of receiving Architect Stone. So alchemy, we're going to get more resources. If we start finding that we're low on a specific resource, that's when I would come into this tree. Like if we're finding that we constantly need more of this or more of that, we could come in here and we could boost it. So I think I'll wait picking anything from there. Let's see. Sorrow deals stress damage straight out. Moves the selected minion 2 positions forward. A Bride of Iratus will additionally gain plus 25% accuracy for 1 action. All minions gain plus 2 initiative for 2 actions. That's not bad. Aratus restores 5 mana after every fight. Every time a minion misses with an attack, Aratus gains Wrath. Okay. Chosen minion loses luck and gains plus 6 attack and plus 6 dread. That's actually really good, I think. I don't know what luck does for us. Drums of War. At the start of its turn, a minion gains plus 2 initiative for a turn. If Aratus has at least 25 Wrath. Yeah, let's I like just getting the 3 magic damage and sets target on fire for 2 turns, like 9 damage a turn. We're gonna grab that. That's a good place to start. Do we have another point? We do have another point. Let's grab this one, 12 to 16 physical damage to an enemy at positions 1 and 2. Anything where we can toss out additional damage is probably going to help us a lot, especially early on. Alright. And apparently we're coming up to a sacrificial altar. I think what I'd like to do is to just create like a zombie and make sure we have somebody that we can actually use this thing, because they're probably going to want us to for the tutorial anyway. And we'll just make somebody that we know we plan to... Oh, not a zombie. That's not what I want. I wanted just the skeleton. Gotta get my terminology straight. I wanted the skeleton. They're the most basic. They don't require a heart, and they don't require blood. And from what I'm looking at, blood is something we don't have a lot of right now, so... Let's just make a skeleton.
Humans become much sturdier when you strip them of their vital organs.
Do they? And we're gonna go... Well, is it gonna... Even if it wants him, like, let's swap them out. I don't know if it matters. Okay, sacrifice your minion to gain a special resource. Okay, so we'll sacrifice him and we'll just see what happens. So we get to pick golden tooth for luck, accuracy, armor, attack. Enemies have a chance of going insane if sanity is 85% or less. That's cool. Alright, and were those things that we need to equip? Yeah. See, this needs to go on us.
It embellishes my undead features, no?
Okay. Alright, cool. So anytime we get them below 85% or less now, they're just going to have a random chance to go insane. That's probably pretty good. I think I want to swap you back out. I'm going to put you up front, actually. And let's go ahead, and I think we'll do one more battle. It's probably going to be a bit of a long episode, but I feel like that's fine. I was kind of thinking, yeah, let's just keep going. Alright. We're going to have to be careful here because we do have a couple that are getting lower on health than I would like them to be. So let's look at these enemies are pretty standard. Except this guy's got blocked. If I look down here at the bottom, I could see what they have. So that just boils down to paying attention. This guy might go down, actually. Oh, not good. It's not looking good.
Your cries are music to me.
There we go. That's good.
Have a warm end, my friend.
Let's set that guy on fire.
Oh, my darling, kill.
Just keep working on his stress, I think, is the best way to go with that guy. There we go. Betrayal. He actually attacked his own guy there. That's perfect. Let's get a couple of these other guys down. No!
Annoying.
Our skeleton. Yeah. Not great. Not great. Eventually we're actually gonna have to kill them. So there's that. She's just debuffing the crap out of our Bride of Iratus. Alright.
Nice shot, sweetie. Impale this wretch.
Broke through one of his blocks, not bad.
My kingdom comes.
This guy's out of there. Yeah. He's gone. At least we got the guy behind us. Now he has no more physical block. Should be able to start putting some damage into him. Magic attack. Not a lot of damage, but it debuffed him. This guy's like frozen. Pretty good for us, I'd say. Oh, a miss. Good job. Alright, so we lost a guy, but I think we got it under control. We're gonna have to make another skeleton, though. Not bad. And a burn status. I don't know how much more insane he could get, but he's sticking it out, so good for him. Unfortunately for him, we have to put him down, so let's do it.
As your suffering ends.
We lost our first soldier, guys. Probably the first of many. Do need to figure out about healing. Oh, we heal after a battle. Sure, these guys all healed because they were on the bench. So maybe we just have to swap people out. They need to get healed. You have actually leveled up, and that's what sucks is we lost that guy, and he probably would have leveled up. Minion upgrade. Minions also evolve and can be improved in multiple ways. Leveling a minion increases their maximum vigor and improves their abilities. Improving an ability not only enhances the ability itself, but also gives bonus stats. Using parts or higher quality gives the minion higher stats. Items can provide your minions with additional features. A brain can instantly give a minion several levels. Good to know. So as we progress here, we can level up or change our abilities. I feel like that's what's going on. Where does it want us to put items? Do we have any special items? No. So, not sure. So we could pick either way we go. Heart Piercer is going to deal 80%, 18 to 22. Critical hit will deal 250. Or the critical hit will stun the target.
Now,
I like the more
prove
damage.
yourself worthy of my investment.
Yeah, okay, so that's her skill point. I'm not really certain where the items come in. I can't select any here. Maybe like these items? No. Those are for Iratus, I think. Okay. Items can provide your minions with additional features. Oh. They're just equipment slots. Right-clicking them didn't get it in there. And now I can't take it out. There's a brain. We could level somebody. We're going to hold on to that. What does this do? 1% chance to instantly kill an enemy. Well, that's good for her. She does stress damage primarily. It's like a 1% chance is like nothing, but... Alright, let's see what we've got here. Because we can move one of these any direction we want. Stress attack. We could make this a debuff. They lose attack and evasion for their next action. All enemies lose 6 attack. We use this a lot. Move the target to a random position. Target loses 8 evasion. Removes all buffs from the target. That might be good for when they have armor and stuff. Let's grab that.
Expect results.
It's popping this every time we go to a guy. Let's see. +3 attack. Yeah. I'm gonna give that to you. Okay. And then if we're looking at abilities we use a lot, for physical damage, we're using the Heartless Stare. We also have Unfeeling Aggression. Deals additional 3 to 3 damage for each buff or debuff on the target. Additional damage equal to 50% of the sum of the Dark Knight's armor and resistance.
Serve me well, my minion.
Let's go with that. Oh, it wants us to approve a minion using a brain. It does want us to do this. I think what I'm gonna do, since we lost our skeleton, and this might be really stupid because it's like the most generic enemy, but he seemed really useful. He had that taking stance. And if we're gonna have to use our brain here,
Bones, bones, bones.
I want to make up for it.
Just so uninspired, you know.
Where is the... Okay, here's the brain. How do we use the brain? That doesn't do it. Oh, okay. I think it's telling us where to put it if I pay attention. I don't want to use it on the bride, though. Oh, here we go. We just click here. No? Oh, there we go. Alright, so that gives him 3 skill points. Ignores armor and block.
Get back to battle.
We need that. Stuns a target for a turn. That also sounds really good. What about Smite? Performs an additional attack for each buff on the target. 4% chance to immediately kill the target. Seems pretty random. This, we gain more armor. Let's grab that.
Are in for a nasty surprise.
And let's grab the stun and make him more of a tank. I think that will... That should help us out a lot. As far as items... Give him some armor. That should be okay. Alright, we have a chest ahead of us. Select a boon. Enemies are 50% less likely to escape. Each time Aratus uses a spell, a random enemy is dealt 10 stress damage. 10% chance to find a consumable after battle. I don't know what that is, but let's go with that.
I can use this.
Find a consumable after battle. She needs to heal. Let's pull her out and put our Wraith back in. And we can go to either of these two battles. Up here we have a coffin that's filled with items, and up here we have a grave. Let's head towards the grave. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Now he needs to actually be in a back row to do this ability, which is strange. We can do this right away. Put him in his tanking stance. And let's just start dealing out some physical damage here. I say that and then we miss, but he triggered a perk, so that's good. It's +2 attack. Let's go ahead and let's see, what do we got here? Really keen to get a guy down pretty quick. This is going to be a stress attack. That was actually pretty powerful. The guy's losing it. That sucks, but it's fine. Stance of Sinister Strike sounds very bad. Let's just finish this guy off. Oh, every time I've said that, I've just whiffed with the skeleton.
One more for the stockpiles.
Yep, indeed. Light that guy on fire. Whoa, no, that was not good. I don't want to lose her, but they seem intent on killing her. That guy is not going to go down to fear damage. But she is going to go down to normal damage, so that's not good.
Maybe I'll craft this one into furniture.
I need to make sure I'm reapplying that one turn stance for him, so that he's the one taking the damage. It's kind of his role right now. Wow, that's not good.
Become part of the breathless tide.
This guy is pretty buff, but at least he kept attacking him and having to eat through his blocks that he has. So that's pretty good. It's got a lot of health though. Quite a reservoir of sanity too.
Break their bones.
There's a crit. And he's insane now. So hopefully that will stop him from killing any more of our units. There we go. Good job.
A sad display.
Well,
mortal
good job for the Wraith. Not so much for us. We did lose our Bride of Iratus. So we'll have to make another one, which we can do. All these guys got a little heal. And yeah, construct a building in the graveyard. We'll do that. I think first we're going to recreate our lost Banshee. Oh, look at this. We've got some, Oh, I thought I clicked on green. I thought we had some higher level stuff, but no, we don't. What does she need? And then... Okay. Wait, that's the Banshee. We don't need a Banshee. We need the Bride. Sorry about that.
Oh, honey, you are so wonderfully rotten.
Now, it sucks losing characters that have gained a level because we, well, we lose their progress, so really have to be careful with that. And think about, you know, swapping people out that are low on health. We need to make sure that we have some backups ready. Preferably we'd have an entire squad, so we're almost there. We need another skeleton, and then we could just set up
more bones for the dogs of war.
2 squads. I don't know if I care for this composition. I'll have to play with the zombie a little more to see, but we'll find out. Alright, let's go see about constructing a building, and then we're probably going to take a little break. Graveyard and construction. After attaining freedom, Aratus turned his prison into a base of operations. Constructing new buildings demands the sacrifice of minions and a special resource, architect's souls. Buildings need to be staffed by minions. More minions lead to greater benefits. Okay, so we need to put a skeleton here. So back we go. And we will see. Hopefully we can create another one of these guys, no problem.
Bones, bones, bones.
They said we'd want to staff it too, so
uninspired, you know.
maybe we need to make another one. I don't know.
More bones for the dogs of war.
Building requirements. Do I have to place a guy there? I think they want me to. There we go. Path of Necromancer.
Was there an effort to set me free sometime in the past? Regardless, these remains will be used as fuel for my growing army.
Okay. Each minion exploring an ancient burial ground finds a random part. Applies after victory. So these are the different units that we could put here. Right now I did put the other skeleton here. So this requires praising the necromancer at the monument. Each minion restores 8 mana. Okay, so we're going to get into all that. We have a mortuary. Powerful aura of death fully restores vigor. Yeah, that's our next thing that we need. I'm going to build that right now. We need a zombie to do that. We could probably make a zombie. Oh no, we can't. We're going to have to get whatever that is that we're missing. Flesh. Alright, well that'll be definite focus that we do when we come back. To do that, obviously, we're going to have to keep fighting some more battles. This contains minions. We could grab that when we come back. But yeah, I really like this a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. This seems like Darkest Dungeon plus more features. And by that, I'm specifically talking about the hero abilities right now. It seems, you know, we have the ability to customize our talents, which I'm also going to have to do because we do have a point to spend. Twice to the same target. 30 physical damage. Yeah, that we need 2 to get down into this tier. We'll look at more about this. We'll save up a few points and see what we think we need based on any gaps we find in combat or in exploration. We'll attempt to use our points to fill those in the talent tree. But yeah, I think this game is really great. It's still in, I guess it's in the early release, pre-access. In other words, they're still working on the game. Whoops. In other words, they're still working on the game. So a lot of improvements, changes, and things to come, but I like it a lot so far. Let me know what you guys think. Are you playing it on your own? Do you plan to play it? No spoilers for the story or anything, but if you guys do have any tips as early on as it is, I always appreciate any tips you guys have. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. And take care. We'll see you again with this real soon. Bye now.